Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
WARlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
Hello and welcome to WARlando. This is Adam, and with me I have Mark.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
And Nicholas.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I tried to sound just like Mark, so that you'd be like, wait a second.
I swear to God, there was an echo.
Is that Mark?
I couldn't tell you guys apart.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be my job tonight, is to just mimic your guys' inflection, tone, and levels, and then they'll just think it's like a one-man show.
I love it.
Perfectly. It's just like a split personality show.
There you go.
Yeah. It's not too far from the truth here.
You guys having a good week?
Yeah, not too bad. It's went by in a blink of an eye, but yeah, it was good. And here we are. And I was looking forward to this moment where I could jump on remotely and speak to you fellas, because it's been a long week, So
It has been.
This is the last time.
We the last thing I put out there was a recording of our actual D&D game that we played Sunday night.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Fun session. Yeah, so for people listening, I might mix it up and do that once in a while. If it's something you're interested in, you want more of, let us know, and we'll try and do that more often. And if it's not something you're into, you want us to stick more to talking about the games, we can do that too.
Yeah. And if we really, really, really want to do it, and you didn't want us to, well, we just might have to do it anyway.
Yeah. Nicholas, it's all about spiting.
Yeah, I'm playing a neutral evil character, so I got to not care about what you want, only about what I want. So suck it.
And that's one of the fun things about this campaign that we're doing. We're mostly doing either neutral or evil characters for a change.
Yeah, it is quite a change.
Yeah, all with the sort of the chaotic tilt on it too. So that's very interesting. I wonder how it's going to pan out. I mean, we all needed one another to escape in the beginning, but how's that going to go? How are those bonds going to be created?
Yeah, what's to stop us from just all saying, well, it's been fun, and heading different directions?
Yeah, or just wind up killing one another.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, only time will tell.
I know that my character Dak and Nicholas, your character Clocks, we a little bit of abrasive moment last game.
Yes. Yeah, we had we kind of had a little bit of a showdown, and had to make sure that neither of us was the I don't know. You can't quite say bad guy, because we're probably all bad guys.
But it sounds like we're traveling with a serial killer of some kind, and we don't know who it is.
Yeah. The problem is we're all the serial killers. Every single one of us.
It's kind of like Dexter, where the serial killer is hunting the serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. It should prove interesting. That's for sure. So I think we all got a very interesting spread of characters, and I think our DM Matt has got some interesting things up his wizard sleeves. So,
what's your character, Mark?
My character, he's just a hooligan, just looking for a good time, So yeah, Zakram, I play a warlock who has now multi-classed, and now he's become a bard as well. So that's kind of written into his backstory there. So, that 20-page backstory I didn't write.
Nice.
Nicholas, what about you?
I'm Clock's Creek Bag. I'm a goblin artificer.
What's an artificer?
Somebody who imbues non-magical items with magic. And so I can take non-magical items, whether it be a weapon or a tool or just anything lying around, and make it into something magical.
That's neat. That's a really interesting class that they created.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about like going with the idea that this goblin is kind of a dangerous tinkerer in a way. You know, somebody who likes chaos, like he likes things to not go well. So as I'm creating things and hoping they don't go well, I think that'll be fun.
Now, do you flavor yourself or this goblin? Maybe he's got a little Skaven in him.
Yeah, you know, I think
things could go very wrong. Everyone, including you.
Yes, I find the enjoyment in the other's turmoil. So we'll see. I think we had a little bit of a quick escape, so we haven't had much. We've been running constant for the last few days.
Yeah.
So haven't had much time to be too devious. But
but there was a lot of ration counting, and I must say, if you do happen to listen to the last episode of that, don't worry, there will be an extended cut that Adam's going to be putting out with all the ration counting included in it. So
director's cut.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Zack Snyder cut of it all. So
I cut out at least 10 minutes of just us deciding how many rations we actually had.
No, it was a good like 20, 30 minutes. What are you talking about? Yeah, the calculator's out, the abacus came out. I mean, this was big.
It was.
Because we were like, if we don't eat, who in the party are we going to eat?
Yeah.
It could have come to that.
Yeah, and we all kept looking at the fish guy.
We were not good at foraging.
No.
Mm-mm.
No,
So it was crucial that we got the rations right.
Do you remember in Warcraft 3 that there were the goblin sappers? Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
That makes me think of clocks. Those like crazy bombers that would just run in and blow themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. So Adam, how about your character?
I am playing Dak Vandergar, who is a human paladin of Bane, the tyrant god. He's a member of the Zentrum. He's trying to achieve knighthood, and he's on a quest right now for fame and fortune, and wants to be notorious.
Nice. So this is your. I'm going to say you've played a paladin before, haven't you?
A couple times I've played a paladin, but just for one shots.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You
played it at the big. Did you play it at the Atlanta D&D Open?
Yeah, I played a paladin there. I played one Adventures League, and then Nicholas, I don't know if you remember, we did a one shot with Matt one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paladin's one that I've always been like just really itching to play, but only getting to just dabble.
Yeah. Now you're playing them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a go. Who knows? Maybe I'll do like you, Mark. Maybe eventually I'll multi-class, but for right now, it's Paladin.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Excellent. Yeah. I like that.
I remember as a kid reading about anti-paladins.
Yeah.
So that's what I really want to play. I don't want to play a traditional paladin in any sense of the word. This guy is evil. Not like rubbing his hands together, twirling his mustache kind of evil, but like his quest is for power. You know,
right.
That's what matters to him.
Hey, that's not bad. And I think you're playing the paladin tilt where it's more like an oath, right?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like grimdark. You know, when you say the word grimdark, it feels to me like a paladin in the grimdark world is like this almost. You know, like if you think of Space Marines, you know what I mean? Like they say it's in the name of some greater purpose, but it's still like really bad.
Yeah. but
right,
they're holding an ideal, and that ideal is the lofty goal, whatever means necessary.
Yeah, lofty goal of killing all aliens and anything that might turn to chaos.
Purge the heretic.
And if I have to sacrifice, like, and if you're gonna die because you get in the way, then it's a worthy sacrifice. But
yeah, so be it. You're just a stepping stone. They must have meant to be.
Exactly.
So and now the setting. How do you feel about the setting that we're in? I mean, we're playing. I mean, no spoilers, but we're playing Out of the Abyss, and I'm sure a lot of people have played this. It's been out for a while. So, What do you guys know about it? What do your characters you think know about it?
Well, I think Dak was trying to find a famed city in the Underdark called Skullport, which is a pirate bay, essentially, that you can only get to from the ocean or by traveling through the Underdark. There's no roads that lead to Skullport. So Dak's mission was, his quest was to find this place to meet up with some other unsavory types and start building his legend.
Yeah.
What about Clocks?
Hell yeah.
I don't think Clocks maybe necessarily knows much about the Underdark, but he comes from kind of living in a highly populated urban setting, and he through his time he was really enamored by this thing that happened in the city, this event, this happenstance, and what he saw that there was some, obviously it's the city, there's some corruption, there's some bureaucracy and whatnot, but he saw that one person wanted to make a change, and he saw how powerful and destructive that person could be, and to him he thought this was what he wanted. He wanted to seek his purpose, the reason for him to be that one destructive, powerful person, to watch it burn, essentially.
That's so cool.
And so he's out on his quest to find his purpose.
That reminds me of the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think he kind of was convicted by what he saw from that, from that person and or being, and to him he felt like he kind of understood life at that point.
That's cool. That's really cool. So that's our D&D talk.
Yeah.
So far for this evening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it kind of ties in because I'm thinking of the setting of this, and it's in the Underdark, and I know we've already dealt with a lot of Drow, right?
Yeah.
And their whole thing, and I love them to death, and I love all the stories, with Drist and all, and I've always been fascinated with them when they came about. And what was that famous module back in the day, for first edition? Something of the Spider Queen.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Treasure, the Spider Queen. It's something else.
Tomb, something like that. Damn it, I can't think about it. I got it hiding away somewhere here. But yeah, so that, this right here with the Drow being elves, the Underdark, we've fought I don't know how many spiders so far, but it seems like the theme, and this is something that's new, is pretty new, and I think you have the book, Adam, but it's all about Morathi, right?
Yeah.
And the Dark Elves.
The Broken Realms Morathi is the first of these Broken Realms books is coming out. I don't know how many. I imagine there's going to be at least 3 books, but this is the first one, Morathi.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, very cool, very cool. So you have the book when you just picked it up recently, haven't you?
I did, and I devoured it.
Ah, very good. I was going to ask you, have you read it yet? So awesome.
Yeah, it's the book is mainly story, but there's some really cool stuff if you have any of the factions involved in the story. There's new War Scroll battalions, new War Scrolls for some units, couple new Realms of Battle, and some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some campaign battle plans that tie into the story from the book.
Oh man! All right. So tell me, what do you feel, or how do you feel after reading this, that the way the story is developing? What direction do you see the storyline where it stands now? Where do you think it's going?
I think they're taking some good chances, and I think it really is going to change the way people perceive the mortal realms.
How so?
Well, there's some cities that get conquered and get their whole name changed and get their Cities of Sigmar rules changed. So if you have the Cities of Sigmar book, there's 2 new free cities. There's a lot of stuff going on with evil machinations of Archaon and some stuff that's building up there.
Yeah,
There's a famous dark god that might be close to breaking free.
Ooh, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, Slaanesh, the Dark Prince, comes up a few times in this one.
I love it. Yeah, well, they've been at such odds.
Yeah, this book's mainly about the different elf factions. And
Okay.
Slaanesh, in the world that was, consumed so many elf souls. And this, in the Age of Myth, I can't remember if it's the Age of Myth or the Age of Sigmar, that Tyrion, Teclis, Morathi, and Malerion started rescuing all these elf souls that were trapped inside of Slaanesh, and some of them came out tainted by the dark gods.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's so neat that he obsessed with elves because elf souls are the most delicious souls.
Yeah. so like Hellraiser, you know.
Yeah, it's.
I dig it.
So you want me to talk about the plot of the book?
Yeah, no, I would love that. I mean, it'll probably be a while before I get a chance to read it, so please do. Because I'm really curious about this.
There is a Slaves to Darkness sub-faction that comes out of the book as well.
Oh, excellent.
And I'm thinking that probably not this book. The next book is probably going to be Slaanesh heavy based on what goes on in this book.
Okay.
The story starts off with Morathi learning about a plot from Archaon. And I'm paraphrasing the book, so if you've read it, don't at me. So Morathi has spies, a network of spies that are in the Varanspire, the 8 Points. And this is the area that's famous for Warcry. Play Warcry, all these like gladiatory battles are supposed to be taking place in the 8 Points.
Mm-hmm.
So Archaon has this plot. He's got this realm stone called Varanite. And Varanite is actually like blood, guts, and gore that's been like seeped into the ground. It's become this precious mineral.
I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So cool.
There's a god beast called Varanthrax who was destroyed in the Age of Myth, and all of his guts and gore sank into the ground and then like coalesced in this stuff, Varanite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything that touches it gets mutated by chaos. Yeah. So if you accidentally brush up against it, you'll start developing extra mouths on your arms, and you'll get extra eyes in the back of your head, and you're like,
it's so cool.
Yeah, you become this like gibbering monster if you touch it. So some of Morathi's spies come in contact with it in one of the short stories that was released before the book came out. And so she has to kill all these spies because they've been corrupted. So Archaon's plan, the only realm he doesn't have access to from the 8 Points is a gate that Sigmar sealed, which is the gate to Azir.
Right.
And the war will go to hell, literally, if Archaon can attack Azir. Because the Stormcast won't have a safe haven to rebuild their armies. So Archaon, the Chaos Gods, will come out as winners if they can open that gate. So he's gathering up all this Varanite to kind of like corrupt that gateway and open it for him. So Morathi finds out about this, and she sees the danger, but she also sees opportunity. So she goes to Sigmar and says, hey, my spies have seen this. Archaon's going to open this gate. We have to make an incursion into the 8 Points and stop him from harvesting all this Varanite. Sigmar is wary of her, but she's this expert politician, so she convinces him to do it. So they put together Daughters of Cain army mixed with some Stormcast army, some Stormcast people, and they make this incursion in the 8 Points. Sigmar gives her all of these great Stormcast warriors from all these different Stormcast factions, but she's in particular, she wants the Anvils of the Heldenhammer to come along. She says because they're her favorite allies are the Anvils of the Heldenhammer, and they're the ones with the black armor, the cool black armor.
Yeah, they're like the darker Stormcast, right?
Right, and they're all based out of Anvilgard, which will come up
more,
later on.
More dark.
Yes, more grimdark. They're all based out of the free city of Anvilgard in Akshi. So she leads this incursion, and there's lots of death and destruction. The Slaanesh demonette, I guess she is. She's following along, and she witnesses, like she's aware of this prophecy that when the snake god splits into two heads, it's a sign that Slaanesh is coming.
Oh.
So instead of fighting the incursion. They all hang back. So there's no Slanesh reinforcements to stop this army of order attacking into the 8 points. And they make it all the way to this mine, and they've harnessed these giant worms like from Dune, in these giant metal cages, and the worms are eating all the Varanite from underground. They're like organic mining equipment.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So Morathi makes it all the way to there. She cuts open one of the worms and then has her people start harvesting the Varanite because she wants it for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And once she's got as much as she wants, she just kind of abandons the mission and abandons the Stormcast that are there fighting.
They serve their purpose.
Exactly. She just needed help to get to there. She didn't really care to stop what Archaon's doing. She just wanted the Varanite for herself. So from there, she has this whole ritual planned where she's going to immerse herself in the Varanite, and that she wants to attain godhood. She's the only big name elf character that isn't a god. Teclis, Tyrion, and Malerion are all gods. And she's not. She's just an not even an avatar of a god. She's harnessed the power of the god Cain, but Cain is dead and Cain is no more. So she wants to attain godhood. So she leads another incursion. She has some thieves, not an incursion. She has some thieves go into the realm of the Idoneth Deepkin, and they have this lantern. They keep secret and they keep buried away where no one can get to it. And she's hired some of the Scourge privateers, and the Scourge privateers have figured out where this lantern is, and they take the lantern, and Morathi needs it as part of her ritual. So this pisses off the Idoneth, and they come trying to get to Morathi. Another really cool part, in the middle of this ritual, Morathi needs to harness power from Slanesh, and to drain his power, she has to feed him. She needs to feed him souls. So she does start feeding him souls, but they're all the souls of chaos warriors and chaos demons that she's captured. And so she's feeding him.
She's like recycling.
Yeah, exactly. And she's torturing Slanesh because Slanesh hates his brothers. He hates Nurgle and Tzeentch and Khorne. He hates them. And so he's being forced to ingest Khorne souls and Nurgle souls and Tzeentchian souls. And it's driving him mad. And so that's how Morathi starts, while he's weak, starts siphoning off some of his power. She's using this lantern. It's the lantern's protecting her from the Varanite, and she submerses herself in the Varanite. And just as the Idoneth Deepkin are trying to stop her ritual, the ritual is complete, and Morathi has attained godhood. She's now Morathi Cain. But because of this, somehow the ritual split her in two. And so both her Morathi form used to be, in the game terms, you could turn Morathi into her Shadow Queen self, which is the Dragon Lady portion of herself. And now they're both out there all at once.
Is it like still the same person, but like two bodies?
Exactly.
Or, okay.
Yeah, they say one soul, two bodies.
Okay.
Wow.
How is it that she is feeding Slanesh?
She's one of his jailers. So they don't go into the details of how the magic works, but when she kills all of these demons, she's feeding them directly into Slanesh. Slanesh exists in this place called Ulgish, which is between Hysh, the realm of light, and Ulgu, the realm of shadow. And that's where Slanesh's prison is. Okay.
So now she's big baddie mama.
Yeah, she's big baddie mama. She's attained godhood, and her points in game reflect godhood.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, she's not as bad as I think.
Nagash.
Nagash. Yeah. So Nagash, I think, is like 800 points.
880 points.
Wow.
Yeah. 880 points to put Nagash on the table. So he's still the bigger, badder god between the two of them. But Morathi went from 480 points to now she's 600 points.
Holy hell. That's a jump.
It's a big jump, but you get to have the two heroes on the table at the same time. So it's like Shadow Queen.
Yeah. You get to play both models on the table.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was a little bit of relief when you would go from like bad, monster spellcasting Morathi to big Morathi, Shadow Queen. Not relief like in, the game's over. I mean, you still got to deal with the Shadow Queen. who's like almost unkillable. But
Right.
then now to have them both on the table is like, what? Now,
Yeah, the wizard portion got nerfed in one sense, but more powerful in another sense. So the wizard portion, Morathi Kane, she used to be able to double the distance of any spell.
yeah.
But now she's just got her one damage spell, which is 36 inches range. But all the other stuff is regular range.
Okay.
But she can cast 3 spells in her hero phase, and she can unbind 2 spells in your opponent's hero phase.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's insane. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, essentially, like if the old model was 480 points, basically she's a really inexpensive wizard at 120 points. If you look at it that way, really inexpensive, powerful wizard.
Is it still is Shadow Queen's War Scroll still the same?
I think it's gotten better.
Okay.
She's not a wizard anymore, so she can't cast any spells from her Shadow Queen form. But I think her weapon profile, like her attacks profile, has gotten a little bit better. And she still has the Iron Heart of Cain ability, which means, yeah, so she can only receive 3 wounds per turn.
Sheesh.
And you used to be able to get around that with endless spells, because there were endless spells that say happen at the start of the turn and happen at the end of the turn, and not during the turn. So you used to be able to, like, Purple Sun would hurt her in addition to what the 3 wounds. But now it says specifically stuff that happens at the beginning of the turn, stuff that happens at the end of the turn, stuff that happens during the turn.
Yeah.
You can only take 3 wounds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she can absorb wounds from
Morathi
like 3 of those can be what she takes from Morathi Kane, right?
Right, and they don't stack. So once you've wounded Morathi Kane 3 times, that's it. Those are all the wounds that either of them can take for the turn.
Oh, so you just like basically don't kill Morathi Kane, try to kill the Shadow Queen.
Right.
Because if you try to kill Morathi Kane, well, I guess you'll still take the three wounds to Shadow Queen, but then like she's still just going to get right into combat or whatever and mess you up.
Yeah, she's still going to be able to do pretty much everything that she did before. The Morathi Kane has a thing where she counts as your general, even if you've got a general. So you have essentially, if she's on the table, you have 2 generals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for things that say your general can use this command ability,
Yeah.
either one of your 2 generals can use the command.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nice. So for like inspiring presence, those kind of things, she can do them at the full range that a general would be able to do it. So it gives you a little buff. You can spread out your buffs a little bit more.
Nice. All right. Very cool. Yeah. So Morathi getting a little bit of the update and change to her War Scroll. Big thing is that must be so much fun having both models out there now.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, I bet you are. And with that being said, how has it changed some of the other Daughters of Cain units?
Well, they got some more stuff for the Scathborn, and the Scathborn are or Scathborn. Those are the ones that are the Snake Ladies or the Harpies.
Okay.
So there's some new War Scroll battalions that give you some more incentive to bring them out and put them on the table, including Morathi's War Scroll battalion for the Shadow Queen. She has a command ability that gives them a buff as well.
Do you have any of the Snake Ladies?
I don't have any of the Snake Ladies. I'm an old school Daughters of Cain player. I'm all about the Witch Elves and the Sisters of Slaughter. So not a lot here for me as a player, except for the Shadow Queen. Morathi Queen and the Shadow Queen. That's huge. And I've been playing with lists, and I can feel almost exactly what I was playing before. I just have to lose one of the Hag Queens that I normally bring.
Okay.
To be able to make room for her.
That's not a bad trade-off.
Not at all.
Trade a Hag Queen for Morathi Kane.
Yep. Yeah. To get a really badass wizard. And
I think we need to like house rules this here, Mark. I think we need to maybe say like there's a couple extra points here that need to be.
Yeah, she like when she shows up to the battlefield, she's already been like beat up from another battle or something.
Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah.
Already sporting a few wounds. What do you think? We could just roll a d6 and see how many she has coming into this thing.
It's not enough that I gotta spend 600 points. You want to debuff her a little bit more?
Yeah, but you kind of didn't though, right? Because you just take out a Hag Queen and put in Morathi King.
Yeah, I feel the slaughter coming on now.
Well, and we were talking last week, week before last, about the meta and how the Daughters of Cain have dropped right to the bottom of the meta. I think this is going to jump them right back up near the top again.
Oh, there we go. Elevator to the top.
Yeah. She doesn't have to worry so much about the shooting. One of the things about that Ironheart of Cain, the wounds done to Morathi Cain, when they're applied to the Shadow Queen, they can't be negated. But wounds done directly to the Shadow Queen, those can be negated if you have if you have different saves, like your after save.
Okay.
So maybe you do want to try and shoot Morathi Cain.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
And then,
and once one of them's dead, they're both dead.
oh, really?
Well, I think that's definitely true with Morathi Cain. If the Shadow Queen dies, then Morathi Cain's taken off the table.
All right. I'm writing this into the house rules book.
Oh, and they can't be hand to dusted anymore.
They both die. Got it.
You can't hand to dust them anymore or
We're
anything else.
gonna go with that. There's no need for you to look that up and check. No need at all.
Like Gotrek, how
ridiculous he is.
Yeah, where you can't just take him off the table with one spell or spell effect or whatever.
Can't do it.
Yeah, if an effect would take Morathi off the table, instead she takes 3 wounds and remains on the table.
All right. I guess that's a good trade-off at least.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten a lot better. So I do think that considering everything that she can do now, having not played her, I think 600 points is a deal.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. I'd go with it for sure. So did you think you'll maybe build a few more of your snake ladies here and
I don't think so right now. I've got so much Daughters of Cain stuff I've collected over the years.
Yeah, you're pretty well invested in that, in that build.
But your other army got a little love, if I'm not mistaken.
The Darkling Covens.
The Darkling Covens got their own city, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure some new battalion or new war scrolls or something, or what?
Yeah, the new city is called Har Curon, and it is a new free city. Cities of Sigmar, but free is in quotations here because it actually used to be known as Anvilgard. So Anvilgard is no more in Warhammer canon. You can still have an army from Anvilgard using the Cities of Sigmar book.
Okay.
But you're either saying this is from before Har Curon existed, or they're just loyalists of Anvilgard fighting in exile.
Okay. So they're no longer...
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So remember how I said that Morathi really wanted to fight with the Anvils of Hammerhall? Or the Anvilgard? Those guys?
Yeah.
My brain is no more. So she told Sigmar that she wanted them to come with her into the 8 points. That's because while they're doing their incursion into the 8 points, the Darkling Covens had this secret society called the Black Scale Coil, and that's pretty much everything that used to be a dark elf in the world that was in 8th edition, all working together to take over Anvilgard. Yeah, so it was all a trick so she could get the Anvils of the Helden Hammer out of Anvilgard to make it easier for her to take over.
Yeah, way to go. I love you order people. I love it. I really do.
It's not like
I think we're our own worst enemy. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to say at least there's a little bit of honor amongst us chaos folk.
Well, like honor in that they're just slaughtering each other anyway. They don't pretend to be.
Yeah, at least we know it. You know?
Yeah, they're not trying to hide the fact that they hate each other.
No, you know.
True. Yeah, the new Har Curon is the Istanbul, Constantinople.
Yeah, right. Oh, we're gonna have to redo that song now.
Yep. So
do you find any better use out of your Darkling Covens? Because I know you just finished painting some of them up. You finished, getting them ready for Cities of Sigmar, and now it's like, ooh, you have your own new city.
Yes. So there's a War Scroll battalion called Kraith's Shadow Host, and it's Sorceress on a Black Dragon. If you take this War Scroll battalion, your Sorceress on your Black Dragon counts as this named character, Drusa Kraith. And she teams up with Darkling Dread Spears and Darkling Dark Shards in this Warflow battalion. And then if you go as a Har-Kuron as your City of Sigmar army, any Darkling Covens, Order Serpentis, Scourge Privateers, or Shadow Blades all count as having the Har-Kuron keyword. And when you're building a Har-Kuron army, you're allowed to bring 1 in every 4 units as a Daughters of Cain unit.
Oh.
Yeah. And you remember the spell Vitriolic Spray?
I remember it by name.
Yes.
That's the one that casting value of 8. Pick 1 enemy unit within 6 inches of the caster that is visible to them. Until the start of your next hero phase, that unit has a save of dash.
Oh, yes.
That's freaking brutal.
It is so brutal. So the idea is taking one of your spellcasters out there and letting them drop this spell on somebody so you can just tear into them. And I love the idea of being able to cast that and then have my Witch Elves just blender.
Yeah. oh, man. Don't get within range.
Good advice. Don't let any wizards within 6 inches.
Yeah.
So yeah, Har-Kuron, Morathi took over the city, and one of their kind of to take care of the last of the Andals of the Helden Hammer that were there. They all had special orders of the Dark Shards had poison tip arrows with sleep poison on them.
Okay.
And they're the ones targeting the Stormcast, so the Stormcast don't get to warn Sigmar when they reforge. If they're all if they're all knocked unconscious, they don't get reforged and they don't go to Azir.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that is cool. That is a fun little tidbit on the story. Now, what about Cities of Sigmar? What do you know about them?
Well, they got some love. There's the Storm Keeps. There's a Wardens of the Storm Keep garrison. There's a Storm Tower garrison. There's a Storm Keep patrol. They definitely got some love. As someone who likes collecting the Stormcast, I haven't really played a lot of Stormcasts, so I don't have a lot to say with these guys other than if you are a Stormcast player, there's 4 new battalions, five new battalions, all for them in here, and a named character. This guy Kaiser Van Brecht.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was a named character that they.
Yeah, he's each one of these factions got a new named character.
Oh, okay.
Only where if you play the War Scroll battalion, you have to have this type of unit in the battalion, and it becomes a named character.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And
go ahead.
And they got the ability that on one of maybe one of the maybe it's a new allegiance or just a new rule. Isn't there something where you can take 1 in 4 Cities of Sigmar units into your Stormcast?
Yes, I think you're right about that.
So you can now start thinking, what kind of Cities of Sigmar guys would I want to be running with my Stormcast?
Well, probably Duarden. just a bunch of Duarden gunners and
yeah. I mean,
cannons.
Iron Drakes is always just a good option. You know what I mean?
Yeah, inexpensive, do a ton of damage. Or if you don't want to do that, then bring the Hurricaneum.
Well, that only affects Cities of Sigmar units.
I think one of these, the Stormcast, get the Cities of Sigmar keyword.
Like maybe they share the keywords? Because if that's the case, then yeah. The Hurricaneum has definitely become a staple for Cities of Sigmar games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's always necessary, but I think it's definitely if you're looking for, 280 points, it's an easy answer.
Yeah, and if you're going to do a shooting army, why do something that's not optimal? And an optimal Cities of Sigmar army has to have the Hurricaneum.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I've definitely had some fun, fielding the Hurricaneum with my cities and, doing some different builds and different styles of Hurricaneums, and which is a pretty popular trend, is to not necessarily go with the typical Hurricaneum out of the box, but modding the Hurricaneum to fit your aesthetic. So I did a very kind of KO themed Cities of Sigmar. So one of my frigates was carrying the Hurricaneum.
And it looks so cool.
Yeah, that one's really cool. And then I did those cyborg miniatures where I did like all those dwarves on mountain rams.
Yeah,
And-
those are cool.
Yeah, and then the dwarf on a war bull, and then I got dwarves on a giant like polar bear, and so that's what I used as my hurricane.
Nice.
because it was like this it was supposed to be like a what were those like a ballista kind of thing, where it's like a big giant arrow that they're shooting, and so it's like this big war bear, this big polar bear with like a giant deck on its back, and it would have this giant ballista, but I took the ballista off and just set up like the anvil of doom, that big anvil,
Uh-huh.
and then I have like some energy coming out of it, and he's like hitting the anvil, and this energy is coming out, and
It's
providing
so cool.
buffs to its people. So,
Where can someone see pictures of this?
do
Do you have some up on your Instagram?
I don't think I have this one up on my Instagram yet, but I think I should.
Yeah, you really should.
Totally should.
Yeah, I don't think I've done this one in a video yet either. So,
What's your Instagram account?
WARlando Nick. So you can find me on Instagram at WARlando Nick or Twitter at WARlando Nick. So I'll definitely have to take a picture of this and put it up there.
And Mark and I both have Warlando names as well. If you want to see pictures of some of our stuff, I'm Warlando Adam. Mark, what's yours?
Well, what do you know? Mine's Warlando Mark.
Hey.
That's it.
I'll make it a point to put some of my Daughters of Cain stuff up there. Mark, you got any chaos stuff?
Yeah. I really need to get back to that. I know with this whole like pandemic thing,
It took
I've been shying away from the social media.
it took the wind completely out of my sails.
Oh, it really did. Oh, absolutely. It. Well, everybody knows how horrible it is, so I don't need to go off that.
No, yeah, let's not go down there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
but
I was
can't
just
wait till we can actually have a game together.
yeah.
So.
Nicholas, you just talking about it makes me want to do a Daughters of Cain Hurricaneum.
Ooh.
I'll have an extra blood rack shine. I could
Yeah,
put
you
one
do.
on
All
top of that. Yeah,
right, that's your new task. That's your homework.
my project.
Yep. You need a blood rack Hurricaneum.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to work on that. I think that'll be a fun project,
All right.
particularly with the Darkling Covens, the Dark Shards getting a little love. They didn't get a new War Scroll or anything, but the Harkuron City, there's some buffs you can put on your shooters, and you can give them 6s to hit, cause 2 hits.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So what does the Hurricaneum do for you?
The Hurricaneum, if you take it with a wizard, so there's 2 versions. You can do the version without the wizard, and you can do the version with the wizard. So the version with the wizard just gives you a wizard, but it gives you a battle mage wizard. So you get a spellcaster out of it, and the cool thing is the Hurricaneum without it is only 220 points. With it is 280. So you get a 60-point wizard, and so you get to cast and unbind, and it does have like one added like melee profile, for the wizard attacking. But altogether, it gives you +1 to cast. So the wizard that you now have on it is +1 to cast, and then it gives everybody in a 10-inch, every model in a 10-inch radius +1 to hit.
Oh, see, yeah. Now I have to build a Hurricaneum. If I'm going to bring Dark Shards, I have to. I have to have the Hurricaneum.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing. You bring all these Dark Shards, and they all get +1 to hit, and
then 6s,
and then on
do
top
2,
of that,
2 hits.
Oh, on 6s, yeah. So if they do 6s, yeah. On so +1 to hit. Everybody gets +1 to hit, and then and it's for both shooting and melee. So that's something to remember. Somebody charges you, and then your next round you get the whole shooting phase and the whole combat phase where you get +1 to hit. And everything. Yeah. So and then it fires 3 shots, and on a 2-up it does D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
it's not to hit. It's just like a special shot. So it's like instead of instead of rolling to hit, you just roll 3 dice and on a 2 up, which is D3 mortal wounds, which is great.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So I think it's a staple in my Cities of Sigmar army for sure.
Yeah. So back to Broken Realms. Deepkin, they got some love. They got new mount traits. I don't know if they had mount traits in their book before, but there are new mount traits here in this in the Broken Realms Morathi book.
Yeah, they get some pretty cool mounts.
They do. I've heard people saying that the alopexes weren't very useful. Everybody brings eels, but nobody brings the shark guys, the alopexes. But they've got a new war scroll for them. And it looks,
nice.
Yeah, it looks like they got a little love there to make those a little bit better. And then the Eidolons, Eidolon of the Sea and Eidolon of the Storm, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Aspect of the Storm and Aspect of the Sea. So they've got a new war scroll for each of those in here. So hopefully that is making them a little bit better. I love Vadon, the turtle guy, got a new war scroll too.
Hey.
Yeah, and they got new battalions. And there's these guys called the Idolaters. I heard a lot of people calling them the Idolaters. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. The Idolaters. But
yeah, I think that's better.
And we're right about Gotrek. I know everybody's telling us it's Gotrek. Forget it. It's Gotrek.
Yep.
Gotrek.
Gotrek and the Idolaters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a band.
Yeah, Gotrek and the Idolaters. I love it.
So this one's for you, Mark. The Idolaters are the small little chaos subfaction.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That arose because of this story, huh?
Yes.
All right.
And it's all about the priests in this one.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff for the priests. New command traits and some new prayers for them.
Nice. I did hear something that it kind of favored some chariots.
Yes, that's
Is that
right.
part of it?
There's a new character called Gresh Greatblade. No, sorry, Rokar Gresh is his name. He wields a great blade. But
nice.
You get to pick one of your guys to be this named hero, and he gets some buffs. And there's a whole battalion for chariots.
All right, so you get to because that's one of the guy with the great blade on the chariot. All right, so you get to pick one of your guys, and he gets to be that special character, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And now that he's a named character, he gets all the stuff that he can be a general and everything.
Yeah. All right. Nice. I'll have to check that out because I wouldn't mind getting a few more chariots on the board.
Yeah, and to have a souped up chariot that's going around throwing out prayers and everything. You can move around pretty far and then throw out those chaos prayers. Can mortals do those prayers? Or is it just if they have the corn keyword? It's chaos prayers.
That's the thing I got to look a little more into. So I believe they do, but I got to look into that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been so stuck into the corn, Blades of Corn faction, with the priests, and I hope that becomes a little more of a thing. So with the other factions as well. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The priests. It's so frustrating. Where at least if someone casts a spell, you can attempt to unbind it.
Yeah.
But if it's a priest doing prayers, there's just nothing you can do. You just gotta sit there and wait for it to hit you.
Yeah, you just have to sit there and wait for our thoughts and prayers to come your way.
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers that actually do something.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yes.
I dig it. All right. Cool.
Well, that's
love it.
Pretty much my entire book report on Morathi Broken Realms.
Yeah,
I give myself maybe a B-. I
think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty good, especially since now we got to get into this. I'm gonna have to check out that section for Slaves to Darkness and
and who knows what's coming up in these next books? Because
that's the exciting thing. Do you have any hint whatsoever that what might come?
Well, there's definitely going to be some stuff for the orcs because there was one of the short stories talks about orcs, and it seems to be was Iron Jaws fighting savage orcs. So I'm thinking there's going to be something for them.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
somebody just built an Iron Jaws army.
Who was that? Oh, it was me.
You're getting all the love here.
I know.
Yeah, I hope it keeps up. I'm hoping that, they get lots of love for the orcs. Because there's definitely,
That's awesome.
in this book, all my Darkling Coven stuff, the Scourge Privateers being, like, I have a reason to bring them. One of the War Scroll battalions lets you Scourge Privateers or Order Serpentis stuff in reserve, unless you bring them on the table 9 inches away. And then if you get this command ability that says once you bring them on, you can immediately move them D6 inches. So like everything has to set up 9 away. You bring these guys on 9 away, move D6 inches, and now you've got a really easy charge.
What?
Yeah, doesn't that sound cool?
I love it. I love it. That's really cool.
You're limited to 10.
I'm not sure if you read that right. You might.
Well, you could do that Order Serpentis, so I have a reason to actually get out my Drake Riders.
Yeah.
I haven't put them on the table since Age of Sigmar pretty much came out.
God, yeah. And they're such cool models.
They are elf knights riding dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And they can't find more reason to bring these guys around.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm just gonna pack as many fanatics into my units as possible and just hide in the corner. You want to come fight me, bro? Then I'll just throw fanatics out at you until I ain't got no green left.
Well, and the rules on the fanatics, like this could play with those rules a little bit, right? Because if I can get, so I'm exactly 3 inches away before charging. Can you bring the fanatics in within 3 inches?
Yeah, so the fanatics, correct. If you roll well on that D6, you could move close enough to keep me from being able to bring out the fanatics. Yeah.
Also, the fanatics do have to be 3 inches away when they come out?
Yes, so when the fanatics come out, they have to be 3 inches away.
So if I can just drop in at 3 inches exactly, then you might not be able to bring them out.
Yeah, well, if you roll, if you come in 4 inches away, their base is big enough. They're on the 32 mil base, so it's just over an inch.
Finally, a way to not have to fight fanatics.
Yeah,
right.
So if you pop in 9 inches away and you roll a 5 or a 6, I can't bring them out.
That just makes me so happy. It's a good feeling in my heart.
I do like that they made fanatics almost just as upsetting as they did when they were in fantasy. That makes me happy. They can change whatever they want, but the fact that people still hate fanatics makes me feel great.
I think hate is too soft of a word.
Yeah, what's worse than hate?
Abhor. That's a little more like it. Oh my gosh.
There was I saw some little meme going around about a truckload of thesauruses rolled over on the highway. Onlookers were shocked, aghast, agape. Yeah, it just kept going on and on and on with
nice
synonyms. Yep.
So when now is there a release date for the next book?
I don't know yet. I think they're going to wait at least probably next month, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I think they'll give this book a chance for the dust to settle on this book a little bit, and then we'll see the next one. And I think it's going to build up to whatever the next summer event is going to be.
Okay. All right. So this is the next big event that's going to carry us till probably next year.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Broken Realms all the way up to like Realms Reforged, or who knows? I'm just guessing.
Well, I hear I hear rumors that the next edition for Age of Sigmar is probably next.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the coloring of the book, the style of the book reminds me so much of the End Times.
Mm.
They're gonna blow up all the realms.
Yeah.
What are we gonna have left?
Because
we're gonna have
shards.
Yeah, we're gonna have more realms. Realms created from the realms, sub-realms.
Some realms, all kinds of
shards
sub-realms.
of Sigmar.
Yeah. As long as we stay on round bases, that's all I care.
That's it. Yeah, come on. Okay, I might not be excited for a bunch of new rules, but don't make me cut the bases off again.
Yeah.
back to movement trays.
Yeah.
Well, and what do you think they would? Well, I have two things real quick before I move on to this next thing.
Okay.
If you don't have Daughters of Cain, or Stormcast, or Ideneth Deepkin, or Scourge Privateers and the Darkling Covens and Order Serpentis, is it worth getting this book?
I think if you want to read the story, which I did a shit job of paraphrasing, I think the story is cool. I didn't even touch on the campaign. So if you like the story, you can play through the campaign that's in this book. And it's kind of neat. If you're playing, the idea with the campaign is that you're going to take these different named characters from the campaign into each one of your battles. And then say this Van Brecht guy, if he died in your last battle, play this next battle plan. If he survived your last battle, play this other battle plan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a fun campaign in here. There's new realms of battle for these different places. There's another free city that I didn't even touch on called Misthaven.
Yeah.
They've got a neat rule for them. And it's another cities of Sigmar. They have a thing called narcotics. And your hero can take one of 6 narcotics that they can use once per game. One of them is just called float. And so when you use this narcotic, your hero can fly.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Well, he thinks he's flying, but he's not really flying.
Yeah, I didn't even touch on this one. It's spelled Misthavn. It's got a circle over the A, like they're supposed to be pronouncing it abnormally. Yeah, this is the one where you can bring your Order Serpentis, Shadow Blades, or Scourge Privateers as reserve units. So you have to be from this free city, Misthaven. And this is, I think it's only the second free city that's not actually in Akshi. Yeah, because the only other one is from the Realm of Life.
Right.
Yeah. Hammerhall's from both Akshi and Realm of Life.
Right.
Was it called the Green City? Is a free city in
the Living City?
The Living City. That's right, the Living City. And so now you've got a free city in Ulgu. This is the first one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's something. So
nice.
I think if you wanted to sit down and read the story and play through the campaign with your friends, I think the book's worth it. But definitely, if you play any kind of Darkling Covens, any old school Dark Elf faction, this is the book for you. This is where all those old school factions finally get some real love.
That's good. Right. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to read the story. I like keeping up with that.
Yeah. If you don't have any of those factions, then maybe wait for the next book to come out, because I think they are going to get a chance to touch on everything.
Okay. They'll have something for everyone.
Yeah. Eventually there will be something for everyone. I'm betting Slaanesh is in the next book because of that box set that just came out, the Shadow and Pain box set. I'm betting Slaanesh is going to be featured in the next book.
Gotcha. You thinking about getting that box set?
It does have a lot of snake ladies. And it's got a new character who's a snake lady character. The Melusai are the snake ladies that I just like calling snake ladies. Melusai and Harpies are in that box set. So at this point, no, I'm not going to get it because I've just got all these reasons to play with my Darkling Covens. Lots of new reasons for them to be valuable. And I've got a ton of them. So yeah, Darkling Covens and Order Serpentis, Scourge Privateers. I've got some new fun reasons to play with those toys. Yeah, and you have this Daughters of Cain Hurricaneum that you have to build now. That's true. Which would be so cool to have a Daughters of Cain themed Hurricaneum on the table. Nice.
Yeah, I want to see that. Actually, well, not really.
Yeah,
but
careful what you wish for.
Yeah. I like the idea of it. We'll leave it at that.
Hopefully it's not too obnoxious for everybody listening to this. I'm sitting right near the 3D printer, which has been going around the clock as I'm printing Mega Gargants.
Man, I can't wait to see those in person.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Do you see the third one I printed?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Cyclops?
Yeah. Yeah. Those things are so unbelievably huge. You gotta post those.
I will. I'll put those up on my Instagram.
Yeah. It's so absolutely incredible. Yeah. So I foresee a battle once we can get all together with we all need to have one in our army.
Big Gargant fight.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that'll be a blast.
So
Man, it looks so huge.
yes, yeah. They really look big. Like I put one on the table. Haley saw it. She's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then when I put the other two on the table, she's like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize the scale."
Yeah.
She didn't realize just how big they are.
It's like you're gonna have to get a bigger table.
Yeah. We'll have our mega battle board out again.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the entire room, just clear everything out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, we're gonna have some fun with them.
Nice.
So as far as contact with us, you can find us all on Twitter, with just like with our Instagram, Warlando Adam, Warlando Nicholas, Warlando Mark. Do you go Warlando Nicholas or Warlando Nick on Instagram?
Warlando Nick.
Yeah. We also have our email address, warlando77@gmail. We have merch that we're selling on Teespring. We have dice that we're selling. If you email us at warlando77@gmail, you let us know if you want some Warlando themed dice. They're special dice that the 6 has been replaced with the Warlando, and it always lands Warlando up.
Always.
or enough that it's worth buying them.
They actually really do roll well.
It definitely seems like it. Yeah, they're Chessex dice. They're nice dice that we ordered.
Yeah, they're very nice. They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
I have to say that for sure.
Well, cool guys. I think we got another episode under our belt.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to be really excited to see what the next one is, especially if it's what you think, and Slanesh is on his way, busting loose.
If I had my dream book come out, it would be about the orcs going through the 8 points in a big wall. So it was a lot of chaos versus orcs.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be insane.
That's my dream book. I'm hoping that's what the next book is.
Nice.
That would be cool.
So,
yeah.
What do the orcs say when they really think Morathi's cool? I'm not gonna make you guys wah to that one. That's. I know.
Well, what would they say if they had to charge into the 8 points, the all points, ready for battle?
On their way to slaughter.
On their way to slaughter.
I think they're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything for a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa! This has been an episode of Warlando. To support us, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for listening.